you have your script?
Good evening, everyone. Vice President Penfound, Principal Clark, honored platform guests, alumni, faculty and staff, families and friends, and to the Kingstec class of 2016, welcome and congratulations. My name is Melanie Clouthier, and I'm a graduate of the Office Administration program. It's an honor to be standing here today as your valedictorian, and I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who nominated me and supported me. I'm proud to represent the School of Business, even though I may not know every one of you. I can tell you're smart, dedicated individuals ready for anything the future might throw at you. Some of you might not know what your next step will be, and that's okay. Everyone's life story is different. Some are sad, some are inspiring. Some have more pages filled than others, while others have more blank pages ahead of them. But all our narratives combine on one common theme: Kingstec. My journey, like many of yours, began when I decided to come back to school. I found myself aimlessly wandering the real world with no clue as to what I should do next. I couldn't get a job, and I wasn't happy with the direction my life was taking. Plus, I'm getting married this summer, and it's discouraging to try and start a huge new chapter of your life when you work part-time at the mall and can't afford a place of your own. One day, my dad brought home a brochure from Kingstec, and we went to an open house in February last year. And I loved what I saw. Do you know what sold me on going to NSCC? It was the trades wing. I remember when our tour walked past a classroom and I looked through the tiny door and saw a 2-story house on the other side. My guide explained it was for the electrical and plumbing students, so they could practice wiring or installing pipes. This place actually prepared you for the real world. I put in my application the next day. The grad employment rates were promising too, but that TARDIS classroom was definitely the deal maker. I'm so glad I chose NSCC. I thought it would be difficult coming back after I'd been out of school for a few years, but the time away gave me a newfound respect and work ethic I sorely lacked when I had been in school for 16 years straight. I can appreciate my education now. I'm here by choice, not because I have no other choice. By choosing to attend NSCC, we have been given an amazing opportunity. We've learned practical skills, not just in a classroom, but also inside full-scale houses, simulated offices, restaurants, and cafes. And when classes are over, we're given another chance to continue learning in our work placements or co-ops. When we walk out the door with our certificates and diplomas, we're ready to take on the world. I couldn't have done it alone. Taking a break from school not only helped me in my academic life, but in my personal life as well. With age comes the shedding of many insecurities, and now I don't feel as timid speaking up in class, which helped me make a lot more friends. This is the first time I've felt close to everyone in my program. I know everyone's name. I can remember why they're here, and I can tell you at least one thing about each and every one of them that makes them great. We all grew together and helped one another, and that's the beauty of Kingstec. There's a real sense of camaraderie and community in an area like the Annapolis Valley, and it's reflected in our own classes. You come to care so much about the people that you only get to spend a year or two with, and yet, after graduation, you may not get to see them again for a long time, if ever. I've heard it said that life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans. And it's so true. Life goes on. whether you want it to or not. Many of my fellow graduates have had to juggle demanding jobs, coming to school for 6 hours, then working another 6 on top of that while still somehow managing to get all their homework in on time. Some have families with young kids in school for whom you need to drop everything to tend to if they're sick. And some have had to deal with great personal tragedies. They've had to balance a hectic personal life in addition to being a full-time college student. But to them, I say, you made it. In spite of everything life threw at you, you got to walk across this stage tonight, and that's something no one can take away from you. I would like to close with a few thank yous and farewells. First, to my family and my fiancé, thanks for putting up with a lot of tears and supporting me in everything that I do. I'm who I am today because of you, and I love you all so much. Thank you to my teachers who have been so helpful and supportive, especially Margaret Van Blarcom, who has the patience of a saint. For 29 years, she's led the office administration program, and future classes have no idea what they'll be missing. I truly wish you all the best in your retirement. I am honored to have been one of your final students. To the OA class of 2016, thank you for making this program such an enjoyable experience. You are all wonderful people, and it's been a privilege to share this journey with you. My fellow graduates, as you leave this gym today and let the doors of Kingstec close behind you for the final time, think of everything that brought you to this day. Think about what you've overcome and all the great things you've accomplished. Think of all the stress, the tears, all the coffee and energy drinks. Think of all your friends. And then take a deep breath and smile, because it's time to write the next chapter of your story. Thank you.